Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins on the Marvel DC Multiverse. We are now at episode 390. So I'll be discussing one topic, which is Dwayne Johnson promises Dr. Fate will return to the MCU. So, Johnson confirmed on Twitter that audience hasn't seen the last of Dr. Fate despite the superhero seemingly dying in the act of heroic self-sacrifice during Black Adam's climax. So he tweeted, and I quote, in his tweet, I'll say in his tweet, I'll go by as saying, I quote, this is from him, a tweet from him, saying, and I quote, Dr. Fate is one of my favorites, too, and you will see more of him. I promise. It's certainly unclear. Oh, sorry, end quote. So it's certainly unclear exactly where fans will see Kent Nelson and his colorful alter ego next, as Brosnan is not officially attached to any upcoming DC EU movies or TV shows at this time. So that said, it's not hard to imagine Brosnan agreeing to reprise the role, as he's gone on the record about how much he enjoyed shooting Black Adam. In particular, the former James Bond star spoke enthusiastically about the costume he wore as Dr. Fate, and his own role in developing it. He said, and I quote, it was a very beautiful design outfit and helmet, which I'm quite fond of, end quote. And he also said, and I quote, director Jamie Collet Serra is very inclusive in the collaboration. He was wonderful in the sense that he would send me designs of the helmet so I could participate in the look of it, end quote. So Brosnan apparently appreciated exploring the different layers of the Dr. Fate role too. He previously described Kent Nelson's use of the helmet of fate as a blessing and a curse. Because the incredible supernatural powers the helmet bestows drains a lot of energy from its wearer. Brosnan even likened his character's reliance on the helmet of fate to form a drug addiction, hinting at a darker side of the otherwise upstanding Dr. Fate. So that said, it's not. So more recently, Brosnan revealed he was initially motivated to play Dr. Fate by his enjoyment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and not the DCEU. Specifically, the Screen legend said that his appreciation for 2016's Doctor Strange made him want to play a similar role to Benedict Cumberbatch's Master of the Mystic Arts. Brosnan went on to praise Cumberbatch and the Doctor Strange character, while also highlighting Dr. Fate's impressive comic book legacy. And he said, and I quote, well, we all know who Doctor Strange is, and he is epically brilliant. Benedict, of course. But then you have the bookend to that, and that's Dr. Fate. And Dr. Fate is much loved, one of the senior members of the Sorcerer's World, end quote. So, honestly, I think that we're going to, I believe that we will see more of Kent Nelson's Dr. Fate, and I think that the Flash movie, which will be coming out next year, will be the key to that. because remember, I guess this take place after the events of Justice League, not the Snyder Cut, but the Josh Whedon's Justice League of 2017. So it takes place after that. But obviously, the Flash movie is pretty much gonna be a reset of the universe. So I guess whatever he does, whatever he changes in the past, creates a reset. Therefore, new events occur. So I'm guessing whatever happened in Black Adam, I guess it might be like slight changes. It might be slight changes to where Dr. Fate survives the battle with Sabak. So we never know. But obviously, the Flash movie is going to be a reset. So based off of the Flashpoint comics, obviously. So anytime he resets, it creates a new timeline, therefore creating a new future. So obviously, another reset leads to another future. So yeah, that will happen. So, but if he does it right, obviously the origin stories of the DC heroes and villains won't change. So I guess obviously, the Flash movie is pretty much going to undo Dick Grayson's death, which thanks to Zack Snyder, along with Jonathan Kent's death and Jimmy Olsen's death. So if those can be undone, along with Dr. Fate's death, then perfect. Because you're going to need Dr. Kent Nelson's Dr. Fate later on in the long run. So, but we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, that concludes this topic. Feel free to visit us and like us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music app, Spotify, and of course YouTube.